In today's video, I thought I'll change it up a little and share with you all 10 tips that helped me in selling out at my market stalls I attended since starting my handmade products. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you are interested in seeing videos like these, please like and subscribe so you'll be notified for when I upload, and comment below sharing your thoughts would be awesome. Welcome to episode 8 in Sydney. But before we get started with that, I wanted to share with you guys just the update of my candles, or the testing process that I did do, and using this jar right here. So as you guys know, that I did the testing process in this jar, and this was the first outcome, which was a fail. And so I won't be using that method. And I did a second testing process on the same jar, and this was the end outcome. So my first tip, oh, and I would like to share with you guys a story. So my first ever market that I attended, um, I only had my first ever market that I attended. I only had one customer that whole time, and we were there for about 4 to 5 hours. Um, I used to attend this marketplace growing up, so I was extremely familiar with it. And so I did know that the day that I attended, it wasn't a busy day, and a lot of people would be at work and things like that. Just attend and just to see how the vibe goes. And I only had one sale that day, and uh, I was my feelings. Well, I was devastated. Yeah, I was definitely devastated, but I was also determined to go back, and because I knew that my products, they were good products. I took all of my candles are handmade, and I took a lot of time and effort into the packaging and everything that I took a lot of my time doing, and I knew that it was just the wrong timing. So um, what was awesome about that marketplace is that that one customer was I was able to pay off my market fee, which was $45, I believe. That was a given. I didn't really lose out, but what I learned from that experience is that there's so many things that I felt like I could have done better. And so I made sure I went back home that day. I started doing research. I started um, just honing in on the how to better myself in those marketplaces. That was my first ever market store. So it was not only overwhelming, but I think I was expecting too much, especially with the day that I did attend. But overall, um, I went again to that same marketplace that same week on the weekend, and I did a complete 360. That's what happened. I did a complete 360, and I pretty much almost sold out on everything that I took with me that day. So, and from then on, it just went uphill from then on. So um, I wanted to share with you guys just some tips that helped me, and a couple of things that I was able to change around in my selling process, and even how I had everything organized. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. My number one tip would be to make sure you have some tables, some durable tables. As you guys can see behind me, there's the white table there. So I had taken three or four of those tables to the markets. The first time, three or four tables like this to the marketplace, and I'm telling you, it's it's a lifesaver. Um, sometimes I initially thought, oh, I won't need that many tables, but no, when I got there, it was just a whole. Sometimes your product can be the best product, but if it's not set up properly, it people won't be able to see it, you know. So yeah, that would be my first tip is make sure that you have some strong and durable tables to be able to put your products on. And at some marketplaces, you can hire some tables. So yeah, so that's also another option. But I would say to just do your research because different marketplaces they provide different things or equipment. So the market stores that I attended, I was able to hire tables and chairs. So if that saves more space for you, like in your car to take more things, then that's also another option. Tip number two would be to make sure that you have your products as much as you can at eye level. So for my products, um, I found that it was extremely helpful for me to heighten my products, and I did that on the second market store that I attended, and it helped me so much because you could have the best products in the world, but it only takes a couple of seconds for people to walk past your storefront or your booths. So being able to catch their attention, having the products on eye level, that's a bonus. So that's tip number two. Tip number three would be to have covers for your tables. Um, Covers for your tables that touches the floor that won't show the back of your table. That's um that's another tip. It shows your customers that the product that you have is high quality, having the right covers for your tables. So cover tables that match your aesthetic. Make sure that you have those kind of cover tables and they're nice and neat. By doing that, it it also elevates your clientele and it elevates the productivity that you have provided and aesthetics and presentation aesthetics aesthetics and presentation, those are the two things that people see first thing. That's the first thing that catches their attention, your aesthetics and your presentation. So yeah, that's another tip. Tip number four will be have more on oh to have more than one way of payment. So having more than one option instead of having cash, make sure that you have cash and FPOS provided. By doing this will you'll be able to sell a lot more of your products because I've noticed that by not having some markets that I have attended in the past, um, I would really want to purchase something, but they only have cash and I only have cards. So, they if they had FPOS as well, they could have gotten another customer too. So that's something that to make sure that you have when attending a when you have a market or you want to do a market store. Number five, number five would be make sure you have a banner. Have a banner or something that shows what you're selling. So you have to try and um, by being able to share with people that attend the marketplaces what you're selling, with what you have or signages that you have around. Yeah, that would definitely take the weight off your shoulders, but it'll also take the weight off their shoulders as well. So um, and some people they're very reluctant to just walk into any booth. So by having enough signages, having enough by showing the people what you're selling in your booth just takes that weight off your shoulder, and it also tells them whether they want to purchase from you or not. They know exactly what you sell now. For example, my storefront, I made sure that people knew that I sold candles inside my storefront. So it made it super easy for those who wanted to purchase candles or who like candles. They knew exactly where to find it. For those that didn't like candles or didn't want to purchase candles, they could just walk on through, and they could just walk on through and pretty much not waste time. So that's another tip. So number 6 would be so this is a tip that helped me in after a couple of markets that I did attend and that I did host, was make sure that you have your best sellers at the front of your market store. So for me, I was able to have a market store where you could walk in, and so this was the second, and then from then on I just continued doing it this way. Yeah, making sure that you have your products in the forefront of your storefront, and not only that, because this will draw their attention straight away, draw people's attention straight away. Also, it would help you as well with how you set up your table. So the first market that I did, I only had just the table at the front and then two tables on the side. So it was okay. I've seen a lot of people do that and it works well for them. But for me, I found that it didn't work really well for me. So what I did on the second time and what helped a lot for me was having my table set up in a way where people were able to walk inside the storefront, walk inside the booth that I had provided. And they were awesome products. Those were the products that sold out first. Those were the products that people loved. And majority of the time, it would be even before the market was even open. Other store sellers, they would come and purchase it straight away from me, or they would tell me, "Oh, make sure that you put those candles away so I can come and purchase them afterwards." So that's another amazing tip that I would say for you guys. And on that same note as well, make sure that your presentation on make sure the presentation of your tables align with your product theme, and it gives the potential customers enough time to be able to grasp how awesome your products are. So that would also be another tip. Make your prices visible. This is true. So make sure that your products that you're selling, make sure that your prices on there are visible and not difficult for people to have to find or even have to ask you. The reason why I say this is because it could be a time when there's so many people inside your store or so many people inside your booth, and then you don't want to potentially lose some customers because they're too shy to ask you the prices of certain products. So what we'll do, that will also do a disservice to them and yourself. So um, a good tip would be make sure that your prices on every product that you have selling, make sure that it's visible, and make sure that it's easy to understand for yourself and also for the customer. Tip number 8 would be have a smile. Make sure you have a smile on your face. I mean, you don't have to have a smile, but I'm telling you, this worked for me. And I'm typically someone who smiles anyways. Um, and so make sure that um, your visual presentation is also good, and having a smile on your face, just being approachable. That's also great. You know, you could sell the best products in the world, but if you are not approachable, no one will come to your store, no one will buy anything from you, because um you know, they'll be like, a representation of your product is a representation of yourself. So if you're not approachable, your products will convey that way, even if it's not, you know what I mean? So have a smile on your face, be presentable, and you know, share with them what you have. You know, they want to know what you're selling. So share that with them. Be kind and all that. And then you, even if they don't purchase from you, even if they don't purchase, well, even if they don't purchase from you, but at least you know, they'll remember you for the next time. You know, if they come to the market, that same market, a place again, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember that person. That was super cool. And then they might purchase from you then. So you never know. You never know. Tip number 9. And this tip is for uh it just depends on what you're selling, I guess. So for myself, so because I sell candles, so that's what I have in my forefront in my store. So what I typically would say for anyone who's selling similar products is to make sure that you have samples. I made sure that I had some sample smells presented along with my products that I'm selling just behind. The reason why I would say this is because um, it first of all, it's very hygienic. You don't want people to be putting their fingerprints on every single product that you have available. There are sample candles there for you to, you know, and by doing that, it will just make things a lot easier. Number 10 would be sanitize. Make sure you have sanitizing bottles available throughout your booth. By doing this, will just make it so much easier for yourself and for everyone else that's there. So yeah, make sure that you have sanitizers and bottles of sanitizers, and encourage them to, you know, feel free to use it. So that would also be another tip. But yeah, so I hope that these tips were helpful, and I hope that you know, um you guys were able to take something from it from today. As I said, I will be doing more videos on market store videos, and I will be attending a lot of market stores in the near future. So I'm sharing with you guys these tips just to see whether it helps. And I hope to see you guys again next time. So episode 8. Yeah. But I will be keeping you guys up to date with everything that goes on. Yeah. So stay tuned. Bye.